Good evening. Welcome to Tips from the Top. Tonight, our special guest is Diamond Ambassador Lindsey Russell. And Lindsey is a phenomenal leader. I love her passion for leadership. She is the most creative person, other than Julia, that I know. So I love her creativity, her passion for her team and for these products. And I'm so thankful that she is a part of our team. So I'm super excited for her to share with us tonight a little bit about her story and tips that she has for us. So without further ado, Lindsey Russell.
Thank you, Angie. Angie's so sweet. She always can fill your cup, make you feel good about yourself. Okay, y'all, yes, I'm Lindsey Russell. I'm from a little town called Raymer, Alabama. It's teeny tiny. It's actually where my husband grew up. So I have three little ones. I have a little boy that just turned 5, a 2.5-year-old little girl, and a 6-month-old little girl. So I am busy, but loving every bit of it. And in fact, my middle baby was 4 months old when I started Plexus, but I want to retrack back to when I first heard about it. So Julia Carty, many of you know, and I were really good friends in college. We were Alpha Games together, and we lived in the sorority house together, and we were just really dear friends. And I always followed her on social media and kept up with her. I loved keeping up with her family, seeing her kids and stuff. And so I noticed her start posting about Plexus, but honestly, y'all, I didn't see as many posts probably as she was posting. So that's why I always tell people, really be consistent with your posting, because I would just see a few here and there, but I always saw her kids post. And I would always like and comment on her kids and her families, and she was really good about staying connected and commenting on my kids' pictures, things like that. So, I actually saw her start posting about Plexus when I was pregnant with Anna Margaret. And I think we chatted a little bit here and there, but nothing serious. I think she sent me an email, and I really never looked at it. I remember it was a long video, and it's funny now because I love videos now, but back then I was like, I'm trying to watch a 7-minute video. But it's funny how it goes full circle. Now I'm like, oh, a 7-minute video, that's easy breezy. Anyway, so fast forward to when Anna Margaret was about 4 months old. My husband traveled a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean was gone Monday and did not get home until late Thursday night, and was working, doing paperwork and catching up all day Friday. So I had a 2.5-year-old little boy, a 4-month-old, and was just doing everything by myself, trying to keep up. We live out like 45 minutes away from Target, so I can't just like run in Target and get a little break and around, get some popcorn, let the kids just run around. I really was just kind of alone, and struggled for the first time with a lot of postpartum things. And just, I don't know if you've ever struggled with that, but you just feel down a lot, and that was not my personality. I knew it was something physical. Excuse me. And it was nothing I'd ever struggled with before. My first baby was actually a really difficult baby, and I didn't have any of those kind of problems with Anna Margaret. She was a dream baby, and I had all this other stuff going on. So I knew that it was something was not balanced, something was not right. But I just kept trucking through because I had to. You're a mom, you have to get stuff done. You cannot give in to excuses. You just have to go down. And I remember y'all being so tired. There was days, I know you have a newborn and you don't get out of your pajamas, but I wouldn't get out of my pajamas for days. It was bad. And then on top of that, I would see, Julia post all these great Pinterest come to life things, and she's driving with 4 kids and all this fun stuff, and I'm covered in breast milk and spit up, and I hadn't showered in I don't know how long. I'm I feel bad, crying all the time. I'm I'm sick of it. I've had it. I've got to just try this and just see what it was. So honestly, I just tried it out of, I don't want to say desperation, but kind of that, my wits end, this is it. I just want to try it and see if I feel better. I knew something had to change. So I ordered the products on Black Friday, Friday after Thanksgiving. I love a bargain. And on Sunday, she sent me an email. She sent me all the welcome things. She added me to a team page. On Sunday, my kids were asleep in the car. And so if any of y'all have when they're sleeping in the driveway and you're like, don't move, you're just going to stay right here because you don't want to wake them up. So they were asleep, both of them, hallelujah. And I was just playing on my phone because I didn't want to wake them up. And just kind of happened on some of the team pages she added me to. And honestly, like, it sounds cheesy, but I just got inspired. Like, I had no idea what I had stumbled upon. I had no idea that these products could help all these different things. And I'm kind of like, you tell me to do something, I just do it. And so I saw a video of like the first 10 things to do when you sign up. So, and one of them was like start posting. So I remember sending Julia my first, like I typed out like a post and I sent it to her. I was like, is this okay for my first post? And I remember the first text, she was like, wait, I didn't know you were going to post. Wait, I didn't know you were going to sell. And it was, anyways, it's just funny because I didn't either. And it just kind of really happened out of excitement. And it really happened, and people say organically, but it really just happened very naturally for me. I just got excited. I did what I was kind of not told to do, but suggested to do. And I just rolled with it. So for the first, I guess, month or so, I just strictly was so excited about the products. As soon as we got them in, I could tell a difference, a major difference within the first 2 weeks. I started kind of slow. I was nursing at the time. And so I started with to the pink drink for the first couple of days, felt clear. I remember the first, be able to think clear, if that makes sense, no fog. And then I added the probiotic and I added the cleanse. And by week 2, y'all, I was a completely different person. Just completely. And so Chad could tell a difference in me. I feel like I was not as irritable and snappy. I wasn't so sad all the time. It made a huge 180 turn in me. And honestly, it helped me lose some baby weight that I wasn't even focused on. I even cared less about that. I was just so ready to feel better. But it did help me with some baby weight. And so, and it helped me with some other nursing issues. I had always struggled with supply with Silas. And then with her, it was just amazing how much better my supply was. So it just all these great things that I had no idea I was signing up for started to happen. And I got my husband on the products, my family got on the products because I was like, y'all got to try this. And honestly, y'all, I love looking back how, I'm not going to say naive, but just how excited I was. I never even thought once oh, what if these don't work? I just knew these were going to work. My brother got on them. It helped him with digestive problems that he had for years. Got my mom on them. Chad got some family members on them. He had knee issues, and his knee issues were completely better. Just started seeing things all along, and I was just so excited. And I still am, y'all. It all goes back to the products. None of us would be where we were without these products. They really do work. So fast forward a little bit to Super Saturday. So I signed up in the end of November, and Super Saturday was in January. And Julie's like, you need to go. This will be so much fun. We need to go. We had a group of people go in. We're going to eat lunch. I was like, oh, my goodness, I can get a new outfit and go somewhere, dress up and hang out with girls. Yeah, I'll go. And I had to bring Chad because I didn't really have to, but he didn't want me to drive that far by myself, having to stop and nurse. I have a baby that won't take a bottle, and a third baby that still won't take a bottle. So she's kind of with me everywhere I go. And Anna Margaret was too. So we had me, Anna Margaret, and Chad all drove down to, I think it was in Mississippi. But and it was, y'all, so much fun. I remember taking notes copiously notes. I was so excited. I was learning so much, and I was like, I can do this. I knew I could do it. And honestly, I didn't even realize the big picture then. I knew that people, Jen Hawkins talked. I knew that she had done this. I knew that I had heard about other people doing this, but I couldn't even think of that big picture. I just knew one step ahead of me. I could do this. And so when I got back from that Super Saturday, I hit the ground running. I knew what my goal was. I knew I needed people to do this with me. And so I continued to share about the products, but I really started to find a plan and get a strategy in place because I knew in order to go all the way, even to the next step, I needed people to do this with me. So the Lord just worked, and he was before me, and had a great team in place for me, and we just started rolling, and we've had so much fun. It's been an amazing journey to see how that goal was. And I'll be honest with you, my first like financial goal, it sounds so simple, but I'm telling you, it was like huge for me. I wanted to make $200. Obviously I wanted my products paid for. That was my first thing. So I was like, if I can make $200 a month, I could get someone to come and help me with my house, because I was the person that would stay up late, like way late, cleaning, making sure everything was good. I love being at home. I'm like, I joke, I'm like hashtag domestic diva. I love being at home, but like some of that stuff that I love to do, I was so worn out that I was having to stay up late and do all these things, and I was kind of resenting them a little bit. So I was like, if I could get someone to help me do all this kind of stuff. I know that sounds simple, y'all, but it was time back for me. Like, it was time. And when I met that goal, I was like, shoot, I can do this. Let me do this. And so I remember my next goal was, I had like an aha moment, and Chad was right there with me. I said, Chad, what if I could make a house payment? What if, your P's a great provider. He always has, and we're kind of frugal to a fault, I say, because we just don't spend a lot. We're just really, really just really frugal. But I thought, gosh, what if you can make a house payment and I can make a house payment too? What if we could double our house payment? Like, that was the biggest thing I could think of at the time. And buddy, when we finally hit that mark, I was like, it's game on. I'm doing this. And so, y'all, I really, it sounds so simple. And the stories, I think probably you're like, oh, this is one of those other stories, but I set my mind to it. And I said, I know I can do this. I didn't let things get in my way. I didn't let no's bug me. I had a lot of people that just ignore me for a really, really, really long time. And I'm just now seeing some people almost 2 years later finally get on board. And so I just set my mind to it. And it's been amazing to see the legacy that I'm going to be able to leave for my family because of that one decision a long, long time ago. So 2 years ago. Seems like forever ago, 2 years ago. So just the difference, Chad and I were just talking the other day, like, our whole lives are going to be different. Our children's lives are going to be different because of this little decision, this little yes, and then this big I'm all in. So, the first step is easy. That first step in the water, for some people it's a little bit harder, but it was easy for me to just try it. And then once I finally got my feet all the way in, I was all the way in. So it's just amazing to see what the change our family is going to be as far as things that we just would never even dare to dream about before. And now we're like, okay, let's just think bigger, because we know when we practice, when we stretch our minds, it can't go back to that same place. So that's why it's always good to just dream big and think way outside the box, because my pastor says all God can say is no. So dreaming big was really big for me, and thinking outside the box has been so much fun. Like, we enjoy when we have our date nights now. I'm like, okay, let's think what else we do. What else can we put on our bucket list? What else can we put on our to-do list? What else can we do? What are some other big things that we want to do? Let's just dream big. And that really is like one of our most fun date nights, just to go and just kind of write down what we've done, write down what we want to do. And what I love so much about this is not just what it's been able to do for me, but so many people on my team that, like, the stories that I hear all the time really do hit me to the core, because I feel so responsible, but I also feel so blessed that I get to be just an itty bitty part of so many people, so many that I would never have met before. There's so many stories, so many marriages that have grown, financial stress has been lifted, so many families, so much more time that they have together. So it is just such a blessing. So for those of you that are watching, take time tonight and thank your upline for either posting or reaching out to you or following up, whatever they had to do, because you have the opportunity not only for your life to change, but to impact thousands, hundreds, tens, hundreds, and thousands of people because of your decision. So anyway, that's just a little bit of my story.
I love that, Lindsey. And you touched on so many great things that I'm just gonna I have some little questions written down about that I wanted to ask you. But I love your journey and I love your story. And I've always I love how humble and how genuine you are. And I feel like that's what's made you so successful is, you are truly so passionate about helping others and about helping your team succeed. And, a lot of times you don't think so much about like, if I could only get to this. You've always been so big on, no, I want to help my team members get to that. And that's what really, I feel like, has made you so successful, and you have such a successful team. But I want to ask you, because you did go to Diamond in 17 months, and that is absolutely incredible. And it's even more incredible to think about, 17 months, but not only, you got a newborn, a baby, 4-month-old at home, and you've got a husband that's traveling all the time, and you've got a toddler, which, our boys are the same kind of age. So I know how crazy that can be. Can you just kind of share with us, like, maybe some of your time management or like daily IPA that have helped you kind of help you grow your business?
Yeah. I will tell you, a lot of it came out of trial and error. A lot of it came out of, I got to do something different. I will tell you, when I first got started, I always tell people I was going to be doing something anyway, whether it was wasting time on Pinterest during my downtime, whenever that was, or whether it was, just doing nonsense stuff. So it kind of filled in the gaps where I was already doing junk, if I should say that. Not like I didn't have a ton of time, but you know what I mean. But I will say I had to, when I got really, really started and I realized, hey, I need to make this a priority and I need to treat this like a business, things shifted for me. So I got serious. I kind of pulled the teacher out. I forgot to tell you this. I used to teach kindergarten for 8 years before I had Silas, and I stayed at home with him. But so I pulled out the teacher me. I was like, okay, I do best with a plan. I'm not good at winging it. I need something to follow. So I kind of I remember making it in the middle of the night one night when I was up next, and I was like, I'm gonna do this because it was on my mind. I made a little 5-3-1 sheet. It kind of looks like a lesson plan. I made a Monday through Saturday like blocks. Just like an old school lesson plan. I made a 5-3-1. I put my to-do list, what I was going to do every day. I had my names written out of who I was going to contact, who I was going to follow up with, and what I was going to train myself on. I really didn't have a team at that time. And that changed, but the system of having a plan has been what has helped me the most. And I will tell you, when I don't have one, when I kind of like skimp on things, or when things get busy, or I don't be intentional about setting aside the week before or the month before, things go crazy. And so that will be one of my biggest tips, is just making a plan. I love to meal plan. I do better. I'm kind of forced in that because I live in the middle of nowhere, obviously. So I had to start early on, like, okay, what are we going to have this week? And go ahead and plan it out. And so I kind of put that into my Plexus business. Okay, well, I do good with that. Let me do good with this. That's not to say that I'm spontaneous too. If I feel like making something different, I might run to our little teeny tiny grocery store and get stuff. Same thing with Plexus. If I see someone scroll on my page that day and they talk about having migraines, well, shoot, I'm going to message them that day. Just because they're not on my plan doesn't mean that I'm not going to message them. But having something, some kind of meaty something to go by, so you're not just like winging it here, there, and everywhere. Some people do great not having it written down, and that's okay. But for the majority, it doesn't matter if you write it out, you type it out, it's in your brain, you need to treat it like a business or it will get out of hand. So I think that's something that really helped me. And then listening to like training calls when I was doing laundry, still doing that, listening to, we had those, we used to have like all the DDD calls, and I loved those. I would listen to those, listen to stuff when I'm in my car, like listen to YouTube when I'm in my car. Anytime that I have a little down pocket of time like that, because even if you're not sitting and writing notes, it's still going in and you're still absorbing information, even if you get one line or one nugget from a call. So doing things like that is really helpful. And I heard when I first got started, I can't remember who said it, but they said they had a schedule and a plan before Plexus, and so they fit Plexus into that plan. Well, I kind of had a little bit, my schedule was kind of crazy. My kids just went to bed whenever and just kind of, so I really had to kind of tighten some things up around my house and my home as far as structuring a plan. And we still are real fun and spontaneous sometimes, but honestly, getting your life in order first, not first, but then seeing where you can plug plexus into. So that helps a lot, just having your regular routine and saying these things are in place. Okay, yeah, I do see where I can plug plexus in here, and there. I was wasting a lot of time doing this. I was, I was doing this, and this, and that's taking up so much time. I could have been doing this. So kind of figuring out what your day looks like and what you want it to look like, and then plug in plexus into those times.
Yes, and I love what you said about making it a priority, because I feel like, if this is something that you want to do, you have to treat it like, for the business side, you have to treat it like a business, and you don't just go to work and not make it a priority. You show up on time, you do the work. So I love that you talk about, making that a priority. And you have actually inspired me with planning, because I know that you're very organized, and I watch you and Julia a lot do planning stuff. But even for me, like, I am super unorganized, and I'm definitely probably more of a wing it. But I have noticed that once I started making a plan, because I learned that from you, that it does make such a tremendous difference in your business. So could you kind of share, like, so I know that you, you started taking the products for, hold on one second. Sorry, this is like real life here. Okay, so sorry about that. Okay, so I like making a plan, making it priority, being intentional about working your business. I love how you talked about also listening to training calls while you're in the car, while you're doing the laundry. And that's a great thing about this business, is you can just kind of fit it in to your life, but it's just making that plan, making it a priority to fit it into your life. So I wanted to ask you, I know that, a lot of people always ask, like, taking the products while you're pregnant. And of course, we always recommend, like, going to your doctor. And then, I know that postpartum is a big thing. So I just kind of wanted to, touch on that part, because I know that we have a lot of young moms, on our team and stuff, and just kind of sharing. And I think you shared a little bit, but just, maybe kind of what you feel like really helped. And then what you noticed the difference, because you definitely, you had Silas and Margaret without Plexus products, and then you had the new baby with all Plexus products. So kind of just sharing that difference too.
Oh gosh. I joke, I was actually telling on one of my leader threads the other day, like, I have been either nursing, pregnant or nursing again since I've been on Plexus. So my body has literally went through a lot, in the last 2 years. So I would say some of the biggest differences is just my sleep. I'm not, honestly, even when she was a newborn, the quality of sleep, I know as being a mom, we're just not going to get tons and tons of sleep as far as quantity. But my quality of sleep is just, my pregnancy was great. My sickness was not as bad. The morning sickness was not near as bad as it was before. Like I said, sleep was great. Moods, I think my moods were much better this time and afterwards, like much better. I probably need my husband here to vouch for it to make sure, but I think they have been. And just the irritableness and the agitation, I guess, sometimes, that's been different and definitely better. I will tell you that just that sense of feeling like constantly overwhelmed and anxious, that has been different this time. And obviously, I have 3 children that at one point were 4 and under. So, my life is crazy and chaos, and it's not all rosy all the time. But in general, like, just how I feel like I can handle things, being very anxious before, super, super overwhelmed, super, super anxious. I feel like I have been able to, you can tell body-wise it's different this time. My body just feels imbalanced. It feels balanced, not unbalanced anymore. Let's see what else. Bathroom issues, those are not bad this time at all. If anybody's ever had hemorrhoids, those are no joke. And that was like non-existent this time. I know that's like simple, but that's a big deal. I'm trying to think what else. Cravings were way different this time. Energy was way different this time. So just all around, just a really great pregnancy. And again, milk supply off the chart, incredible. So just a few things.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing all of that, Lindsey. I'm truly, truly thankful that God brought us together as Reflexes. I value your friendship, and I am incredibly, incredibly thankful to have you on the team. And I definitely look up to and admire you in so many different ways. And like I said, you have taught me how to be a better leader. So thank you so much for that. And I hope everyone has a great night tonight, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks.